Hi everybody, this is Kathy. Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show proof that Eric Carroll lied about BJ blackmailing her own father, that if he didn't go steal some gas, she would falsely accuse him of SA. Now, I know this was a bullcrap story from the beginning, because on Eric's channel, this is what they do on Dad Talk. Men are falsely accused, of SA and stuff like that. So he's trying to bring that over to this channel, and use it in the instance instead of, a divorce or child custody case. He wants to use this as a reason why Larry is in fear of his own daughter, which is ridiculous. Now, this plan came in motion, particularly in full throttle motion, on August 24th and forward, and that's when Eric decided that he is going to do whatever it takes and lie, whatever lies it takes, to demonize BJ, falsely accuse her of things, get her removed from the property. In his own words, she's got to go. She needs to leave. She needs to get off the property. Get your stuff and get out. And that was him. That was not the family. That was him. And this went full speed on August 24th. And this was shortly after BJ got out of jail. It was a couple weeks after she got out of jail, and a couple weeks after things went real south with Eric and BJ. And not only that, but Larry bailed her out of jail. So now he's got war against Larry and BJ, and also Betty, because he's trying to be in control of everything, and he's got his eyes on Timmy, bringing him back to Georgia. And not only that, but he has to quickly build a case, and this case has to be against all the competent adults in the home, and that would be Larry, Betty, and BJ. So he starts out with BJ, because up till now, for the end of June, all through July, and into all through August, to the end of August, to the 24th, he never said anything was wrong. But suddenly he goes into full throttle, diabolical planning. And Patrick helped him. He helped him. Patrick, I believe, was a useful idiot, as they call him, a useful idiot. And so I don't know what Patrick was going to get into it, but he had Patrick also going full throttle against the Whitakers, and which ended up within 2 weeks. 2 weeks from the day Eric started, the family was removed by adult protection. So this went very quickly once Eric put things into full throttle. Now, like I said, his first target was BJ. Now I'm going to show you something on the timeline. Now, Eric already made the first trip in the end of June. He did nothing in July towards all the promises he made. Then they found out, Patrick and Eric found out about the copper behind BJ's camper. Eric goes home from the John Mance trial, and he is at home, and people are getting arrested for this copper that they found. And eventually BJ herself gets arrested. Well, Eric comes back to Odd, West Virginia, and he's back with his brother this time. Then BJ gets out of jail, and I don't think he expected that at all. I think he thought BJ was out of the picture here. I think Eric believed that BJ was gone, and she wasn't going to be back in the picture. But when she got bailed out, not only was he very angry that she's back in the picture, but now he's also angry with Larry. And through this week here, Betty, Larry, and BJ did not want to talk to Eric at all. And I believe that he felt like he was losing control, because this was probably the most money Eric's ever made is off these videos. And so, and that also was the week that they're arguing about money. Because there's been one large payday. Whitaker's didn't get anything except their water bill paid and $250. There's been another payday and they're still not getting anything. And I saw a video where BJ, after the family was taken, BJ said she was saying that she did not want Eric and Patrick around anymore because they're taking advantage of the family. They're exploiting them and nobody's getting paid except Eric and Patrick. So I believe that they were done with Eric and Patrick. But Patrick breaks his leg. Eric comes rushing back because he's got to resurrect this Whitaker video thing he's got going. So he comes back for a couple days, shows the Whitakers a good time, like he says, treats them like kings. He goes back and he regroups. And this is the day where he says that he wants to bring Timmy home. This is the day he starts lying on BJ all week. And he starts to lie on BJ. He starts to also, BJ, first of all, she's blackmailing Larry. And then that turns into abuse. And then it turns into neglect with Larry and, the caretakers, Larry and Betty. So really, this week, he really demonized Larry, Betty, and BJ, but we're going to go over that gas video in particular because this is when things went full throttle. I mean, diabolical. So he says he's heading back to Odd West Virginia. There's this big emergency. So here on the 24th, he says that him and Patrick made plans behind the scenes to get rid of BJ. And they did. They made up a fake eviction notice video where they said that she was evicted. That was a lie. I proved it was a lie. They also made a fake video. They made a video that made it look like she was not only evicted, but she came back to torment Timmy. That was a lie. And I showed that was a lie. Also on this day, he's hopping in the truck and coming back because they're not talking to me on the phone. And he claims that Larry is scared. Now, he has not said anything about nobody getting hit, right? None of that yet. That's going to be tomorrow or the next day. But first of all, he starts out with, well, I got to run back and I got to save Larry because, I got to save them all because BJ has the phone and she's not letting anybody talk. But somehow he's having all these conversations even though the phone's locked up. So the phone being locked in the camper, even that was a lie. Everything that came out of his mouth was a lie because it was game on. I'm going to go get Timmy. And also during this day, so first he shot this video as he's taken off in the morning. Then he does a live later. This one right here. Same day. That's the Monday. After he says he's going to get Timmy. Mr. Timmy's coming home with him soon, right? He's got this game plan. And his game plan is get rid of BJ because he thought he did and she's back. So this time he's going to, fake evict her and all that other stuff. So he also says in this video as he's coming back, and he's got Patrick, the useful idiot here, going along with him and helping him with this diabolical evil plan. He's also putting this mugshot up and telling everybody that she just got arrested when that's a lie. It was like 3 weeks ago, maybe more. But the reason he says she just got arrested is because to put the urgency in there. And then they say they have to go put guards around the house because that shows the element of danger. So the urgency, the sense of urgency, and the sense of danger, he has to lie all these lies to make it seem like it's an emergency situation. Because if he told the truth, it wouldn't be at all. There would be no emergency, like there never was. So during this video, he's driving back, and as you can see, popping up her mugshot, saying she just got arrested, and he's also going to lie about the gas. Now, out of the blue, Monday, he comes rushing back because, the truth is he's fighting with the three. He's fighting with Larry, BJ, and Betty, and very angry at all of them, especially Larry just bailed. So he's raging war on all of them. Just yesterday, he told you everybody, Timmy will be coming back to his house soon. Well, let's listen to this.
Transparent, possibly be updated.
Transparent.
Is one little status update away. So even if I can't give you a long update, I'll make sure there's something on there. My goal right now is to get up here, get Timmy, and assess the situation.
You hear that? My goal is to get Timmy and assess the situation. No, he's going to get Timmy and create a situation.
I'll make sure there's something on there. My goal right now is to get up here, get Timmy, and assess the situation.
Now, in this video, he's heading out to the Whitakers on a Monday. He's rushing back because, well, he's got to save the Whitakers, right? He's got to get BJ off the property. He's lied already and said that there's an eviction notice. That was a lie. He lied and said that she's been removed from the property. Him and Patrick both lied. That was a lie. Then he also lied and said that she's coming back and tormenting Timmy. That was a lie. And I'm going to show you that he is going to also lie and say that BJ is blackmailing Larry to steal gas. And first time he tells the stories in the morning, then he's going to drive all day and tell the story again.
That's heart problems. So Lorraine is 78 years old. She's had She's
had
a heart attack.
Here.
Baby's had a heart attack. Baby.
Because right now he has not accused BJ of any type of assault on anybody. He's going to do that tomorrow and the next day. But first of all, he's creating this urgency, creating a sense of danger and a sense of urgency out of nowhere. In a sense of, I need to rush back right now and save the day because this is all happening now. It's an emergency. And they're not giving the phone. BJ having the phone in her camper is some type of an emergency that he's got to drive a few states away, 10-hour drive to another state to solve their phone situation. So he's made this into emergency first. Now remember, that he just told you Sunday and Monday he's going back to get Timmy. Okay, now had he not had Timmy involved, this would be it'd be a little more confusing, I guess. It would be a little more, you'd scratch your head a little bit more. But the fact that he wants to bring Timmy home, I think makes it very transparent. He's talking about transparency all the time. I think it's very transparent that he wants Timmy living at his house so bad that he's told you that over and over. He's trying to build a case over and over that Timmy would be good with him. And now he's going to build a case that the Whitakers are incompetent. They're abusive. They are neglectful. Their house is not fit for humans and all this other stuff. And how he's got to do that is because normally what happens, and I've seen enough, mostly on the internet, but whatever, where if there's a parent that's not capable of taking care of the children, normally the child gets removed and put with a family member. They'll get put with grandma and grandpa, or they'll get put with the aunt or whatever. But it's very rare that I see them just yanked out and put into a home. You know what I mean? And so, the fact that Eric is trying to bypass any family members that may get Timmy, to me, is very suspect. Very, like I said, it's transparent what he's trying to do here. Okay, because if he, he's got to make sure that Timmy has nowhere to go but to his house. Okay, because if BJ's in that camper, she can take care of him, right? If you say BJ is not competent, well, then Larry can take care of it. And if Larry's not competent, then Betty can take care of it. You know what I mean? And if they can't, you got Kenny. He's known Timmy and them their whole life. You got Kenny. They got an aunt that lives nearby. They got all kinds of friends and family. But the fact that Eric is trying to be the one that takes Timmy to his house, I don't see how people can't see this. That he's building this false case against them so conveniently he can have, custody of Timmy when the adult protection agrees that, yep, Eric, you're right, they need to leave the home. Like I said, he'll have the front seat all ready for Timmy. You know what I mean? But here he goes.
That telephone. We're not playing games with stuff like this. That's dangerous.
All right, there you go. And this is what he's trying to do. And it worked. He built up this fear and this anxiety in the crowd, in the comment section. People say, oh my God, go and help Timmy. Get him, Eric. What's going on? And that's what he wanted. He wanted a sense of urgency. He wanted a sense of danger. You know what I mean? And what did you see with your own eyes? You saw nothing. Any danger and any sense of urgency you felt or sense of danger you felt here in this situation came from Eric's mouth. Nothing else. Nothing that we saw, nothing that we heard from anybody else. It all came from Eric. And of course, Patrick co-signed it, so it seemed even more real. And shame on Patrick, because if it weren't for that useful idiot, Eric couldn't have probably done this. You know what I mean? If Patrick had just stood up and said, no, Eric, no. But no, he went along with it. And then later, when Patrick gets stiffed and Patrick gets, when Eric turned his lies against Patrick and told everybody that, Patrick destroyed the Airbnb and Patrick, he's got a big old criminal record, and Patrick threw pills all over. And when Patrick started getting the false accusations, and Patrick goes, "Whoa, Eric is lying." Well, like I said, now Patrick's feeling the sting of all these false accusations. But at first, it was all cool, wasn't it, Patrick? But yeah. So he's got to build this sense of danger and urgency. Like, oh my gosh, Eric, do something. And what does it make everybody do? Call the adult protection because Eric told you to.
And amongst other stuff.
Yeah, right, go ahead.
They need that telephone. We're not playing games with stuff like this. That's dangerous. Okay? And amongst other stuff, Larry is feeling threatened. All right. I question myself whether to put this out there or not, but I think it's important, and there's a reason why. I just have to do it.
He has to do it because right now, nobody has anything against BJ. Not even Eric has come up with the abuse claims yet. All he's got is that she won't give the phone. That's urgent. It's dangerous. We're not going to stand for it. And now he's going to make up this lie about she's blackmailing her father.
His safety. I think Larry gets unfairly judged.
In fact,
you just have to do it.
He just has to do it because he's got nothing. And he just told you twice he wants Timmy home at his house.
I think it's important, and there's a reason why. You just have to do it for his safety.
For your agenda.
Larry gets unfairly judged a lot for what his daughter does. Okay? But it's his daughter. He loves her. He doesn't love the things she does. But he's getting caught up in the mix. And I've heard this from his own grandchildren. That if he doesn't...
Now, mind you...
Allegedly,
and when he does air quotes and he says allegedly, 100% of the time it's a lie. And I proved that over and over and over when he said she was a snitch. And every time he lies, he does air quotes with his fingers and he says allegedly, apparently, allegedly, and all this other stuff.
I think Larry gets unfairly judged a lot for what his daughter does.
And remember, he's very angry with Larry right now for bailing her out of jail. And I think they're just ghosting Eric and they've had enough. They've been working all summer without seeing a penny.
But it's his daughter. He loves her. He doesn't love the things she does. but he's getting caught up in the mix. And I've heard this from his own grandchildren.
And his own grandchildren, that would be BJ's sons. Brandon and Lewis, I think. But anyway, the only time he told us that he talked to BJ was one time. The week before when she called asking for money. He said, I've never talked to her. I seen her at the house. That was it. I never sat down and spoke to her ever. All right. But tell me how he has spoke to her children, Larry's grandchildren. The only time that we heard was when they went to Little Caesars to pick up pizza. Pizza guy saw Timmy in the truck and said, hey, that's my nephew or whatever it was. He said, that's a relative of mine. And he found out that was one of BJ's sons. And that was it. He said, oh, hey, I know him. That's Timmy. It's my nephew or whatever it was. And that was it. That's the only time we heard Eric talking, was very quickly at the pizza place. So tell me, when was this, Eric, that the grandchildren sat down with you? And when was it the grandchildren sat down with you, the complete stranger that nobody likes, and told them their family secrets, huh?
He's getting caught up in the mix. Mm-hmm. And I've heard this from his own grandchildren.
And later, he's going to tell this, he's going to drive all day and he's going to think about this. And 9 hours later, he's going to get on a live stream and change the story. Then he's going to say it was a family member. And he's not going to say the name because he knows he's screwed up. You can't say it was BJ's own children because he's going to get caught in that lie. So later, he's going to change this.
He doesn't love the things she does, mm-hmm. But he's getting caught up in the mix. And I've heard this from his own grandchildren, that if he doesn't do what she tells him, allegedly, that she will
allegedly
say, I'm going to tell the cops that you raped me. Guys, in this country, you don't have to prove anything like that. You just got to make an accusation. And no matter if you can prove it wasn't true, it carries a lot of weight. Your life will never be the same.
And this is a man in his 70s. It's not like he's going to go and apply for a job and this bad publicity. You know, he's in odd West Virginia. Everybody knows everybody. This accusations wouldn't stick. So this is a big emergency. All right. Larry's scared and Eric has to...
And so he's done things he doesn't want to do. I.e., taking gas from someone's house about 4 months ago that wasn't his. He didn't want to do it, but it was for her. And if you don't do it, there's going to be consequences. I'm told there's other stuff that's been going on that...
Okay. Let's go about this gas thing because this is what he has pushed over and over and over. She blackmailed him to get the gas. And again, he's lying about how long ago it was, because if he told you the truth, then it was 14 months ago. That wouldn't seem very urgent, would it? But if he said it was just a few months ago, then that seems like, wow, that's current. That's something going on. Now, as you can see, this article is from June 16, 2024. Now, he got arrested, but he wasn't the one that stole the gas. It was the first and the last time that he ever got arrested, and these charges were dropped. So Larry still has a clear record. But my point is, June of 2024 was not 4 months ago. But you see, like I said, he's got to make it sound current and urgent, because 24 months ago is not urgent. He has to make it sound like this is all happening right now. And it's the same with, BJ's old boyfriend was beating on Timmy. Well, she's been with the same guy for years. So how many years ago was this? And that was a lie too, because we find out that the truth is the old boyfriend was beating on BJ, and that's why Larry chased him off the property. So even that story was a lie. So none of this is the truth. And he just added the part where it just happened to make it, again, a sense of danger, a sense of urgency. This is all happening right now. Just like he lied about when BJ got arrested, lied about the date of that, makes it all seem like it's happening right now this week as we speak.
He doesn't want to do, i.e., taking gas from someone's house about 4 months ago that wasn't his. He didn't want to do it, but it was for her. And if you don't do it, there's going to be consequences. I'm told.
Okay, just showed you it wasn't 4 months ago, and it wasn't him that stole the gas. But he wants her out. I'm gonna show you that this is a lie. But we'll just let him finish up his lies.
There's other stuff that's been going on that if you don't give me money or if you don't do what I want you to do, there's going to be consequences. Therefore, the Whitakers want their home back. They want to be safe. If you get your stuff, you get your camper, and get out of there, we'll be okay.
No, he'll be okay. Whitakers never said this. Eric kept putting words in their mouth and threatening him and blackmailing him and holding the house over their head. So let's see another time that same day. Now it's a 10-hour drive up there, so now he's been driving for 9 hours or something. He's about an hour away from the Whitakers. He's got Patrick up here, the useful idiot, to help him falsely accuse BJ. Go ahead, Eric.
This thing that I put out on the video earlier, and I think this is really important.
And he's been driving all day, so he's had time to think about this. He probably thinks, well, I shouldn't have said it was, BJ's kids. That was dumb. So he's going to change that part.
I had heard this from a family member.
Now it's a family member. Okay, this morning, when he wasn't thinking too clear, he said it was BJ's own children said this. Now he knows that was dumb, so he changed it to family member. Always anonymous, of course.
This thing that I put out on the video earlier, and I think this is really important. I had heard this from a family member about if Larry doesn't do what he's supposed to do, she was going to allegedly accuse him of rape.
Allegedly.
That's a really bad thing that goes on in this country, guys, all across the world, really, because they don't have to prove it. They just have to make the allegation, and then that person's life is screwed. Even if they can prove their innocence, they still got a stigma attached to them. And I knew, we got to let people know that this is being threatened. Because if he comes out afterwards saying, hey, this isn't true, it's just going to look like he's defending himself. And that it has not happened, and it's not going to happen. But we wanted people to know about that ahead of time
because instead of just calling the police and say, hey, I'm getting threatened and blackmailed, so if my daughter comes in, make her have some proof, you know what I mean? This isn't even a problem. This is a non-issue. But the reason he's putting it out there because it makes BJ look like a horrible person. And it also makes it look like Eric needs to rush up here and save the day. Makes it look urgent. Makes it look dangerous.
But we wanted people to know about that ahead of time because, as we've been told, it's been threatened numerous times. And Patrick, you were told about this before.
Oh, listen to this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, y'all have to excuse me a little bit. I have to move around here a little bit because I'm hurting.
He said now he wants Patrick to back him up on this lie. Because remember, he said him and Patrick have been having secret plans. They can't tell anybody. They got big plans for this week. So he's already got him going along with the lie. But you know what? Patrick says, yeah. And then he said, oh, the dog jumped up on me. And then Dwayne changes the subject.
Patrick, you were told about this before I was. Oh, yeah. Yeah, y'all have to excuse me a little bit. I have to move around here a little bit because I'm hurting. I'm just trying to make sure wants to jump up on the bed, and he done it earlier.
And then they go on to the next question. So as you can see, he's going along. But let's see if this happened 4 months ago where she made Larry steal the gas. Now, this is the video of the day that Larry got arrested. Now, is Larry being blackmailed to steal the gas? I don't think so. Because it was BJ that came up and sold the gas. Allegedly. Anyway, she never got charged. But okay, so who is coming up to take the gas? Is it Larry? Because this is where, this is what Eric is talking about. This day. This is the day that he said BJ blackmailed Larry to go take the gas. Who's taking the gas right now? Is that Larry? Now, if she had blackmailed Larry, Larry would have gone up here and taken the gas can, wouldn't he? Is it Larry that's coming up to take the gas? No, it's BJ. So how does this make any sense? This right here proves that he's lying. Because had she blackmailed Larry, Larry would have came up here and got the gas, not her. And not only that, but there was no room for blackmail because they ran out of gas. It's not like they're driving down the road and she says, oh yeah, Dad, guess what, Dad? If you don't pull over and steal some gas, I'm going to tell the police that you SA'd me. He's like, okay, I'll pull over and get some gas. No, they ran out of gas and it was BJ, not Larry. Larry got arrested because this vehicle's in his name and he's the one pouring it in the tank. But like I said, the charges were dropped. So how is it that that BJ blackmailed Larry to grab the can of gas? Absolutely a lie. Otherwise, she wouldn't be up here grabbing a gas and getting chased by a dog and the homeowner. And this is what you call a psychopath and projection, because the truth is opposite, actually. It's him that's blackmailing over the gas. You see, he's trying to convince the whole world. And he's got to run down. It's very urgent because BJ is blackmailing Larry over a can of gas. When the truth is, Eric and Patrick are blackmailing Larry to accuse the daughter. It's not the other way around. Eric says that BJ is going to falsely accuse her dad if he doesn't get the gas. But the truth is, Patrick and Eric are blackmailing the dad to lie against the daughter, not the other way around. See how sick and psychopathic this is? Patrick and Eric are accusing BJ of blackmailing Larry when they are blackmailing Larry against the daughter. It's not daughter blackmailing the dad. It's them blackmailing the dad against the daughter. This is how sick and twisted. And projection. I mean, 100% projection. Because as we know, all summer, for months, Patrick and Eric both blackmailed Larry over getting this can of gas. And when Larry was sitting down with Patrick in that video where Patrick's trying to be a therapist, he says he's berating Larry about everything, including taking this gas. And Larry said, well, you were in the hospital. I had no way to call you because they don't have phone service. They don't have a cell phone. They don't have nothing. He said, you were in the hospital. I couldn't ask. Because Patrick said, why didn't you ask for the gas? He said, you weren't home. So where is, and this is not the one that Eric claimed. He claimed the one that he got arrested for, which was the other one. All right, that's this one. This is the one he got arrested. This is the one he said she blackmailed Larry to get the gas. Nope. The truth is, they were the ones blackmailing Larry over a can of gas, not the other way around. And here you go. I made the video about it. Evidence showing Larry Whitaker was blackmailed to get the restraining order on his daughter against his will. Right there. Here's a video I made on it. He was blackmailing Larry. And not BJ. He was. And Patrick was. I made the whole video. And here's the secret audio saying they were forced against their will for this restraining order. Again, blackmailed. Okay? blackmailed. It wasn't BJ blackmailing Larry, it was them. And you can watch that video if you haven't yet. Now, like I showed you, the story changed twice in the same day about this BJ blackmailing Larry when it was them blackmailing Larry. But not only did the story change, but the next day he actually added, physical abuse and neglect and everything else. By the end of the week, he's saying that basically, Timmy needs to be removed and everybody. And within 2 weeks from this day right here, this was on a Monday, exactly 2 weeks later, they were all hauled away. And that's how quick this went from the start of these allegations. And when he hopped in the truck and came back saying that all hell's broke loose and they need me and BJ's got to be removed and all that stuff, on that Monday, remember he just told you Sunday that him and Patrick have big plans. They've been secretly planning things and things are going to go fast this week. And they did. They did. And it started out with these two lies. These are the only two emergency he has, but he's saying it's life or death, it's dangerous and all this. They got to get security guards. So on this day, so far what he's got is BJ won't give him the phone out of the camper. And second of all, her blackmailing Larry to steal gas. And I just showed you that was a lie. He wasn't even the one that took the gas. She was.
In the mix. And I've heard this from his own grandchildren, that if he doesn't do what she tells him, allegedly, that she will say, I'm going to tell the cops that you raped me. Guys, in this country, you don't have to prove anything like that. You just got to make an accusation. And no matter if you can prove it wasn't true, it carries a lot of weight. Your life will never be the same. And so he's done things he doesn't want to do, i.e., taking gas from someone's house about 4 months ago that wasn't his. He didn't want to do it, but it was for her. And if you don't do it, there's going to be consequences. I'm told there's...
And I just showed you that was a flat-out lie. Just like everything has been a lie.
Other stuff that's been going on that if you don't give me money or if you don't do what I want you to do...
And how is this any of Eric Carroll's business? The squabbles in the Whitaker household.
The consequences. Therefore, the Whitakers want their home back. They want to be safe. If you get...
They have been avoiding Eric for a week.
Get your stuff, you get your camper, and get out of there. We'll be okay. I have a security guard that before any of this took place, we make sure we have a security guard that's going to be there on the Whitaker's property 20.
So how long have they been planning this? They've already got a security guard 24 hours a day. What does that do? Make you feel like there's danger. They have to have a security guard too. Yeah, BJ's blackmailing her father.
Any of this took place, we make sure we have a security guard that's going to be there on the Whitaker's property 24 hours a day until this has been handled. Maybe even after that. I'm never fundraising in this community. If I have to, sometime soon, it's because we're paying for someone around the clock to make sure no one comes on that porch. Because, guys, I don't know how this is going to be taken, but I can tell you this, we're not playing around. That's why I'm in this car right now, about to make a 10-hour trip, and I'm on my way to Odd, West Virginia to make sure they've got eyeballs on it. Patrick's up there, guys. He's been busting his butt on it, but Patrick can't walk right now.
So we have to have Eric rush up there and get adult protection involved because BJ won't give him the phone. And so lie after lie after lie. Oh my gosh, they got a security guard now. It's so much danger. And this all just happened today and this week. No. Lie after lie after lie after lie. This whole week was nothing but lies. I'm going to have more videos showing how many times he lied. And these are just little chapters I'm putting out. Because his entire story is lie after lie after lie. This is just the gas lie. This is just the gasoline, still in gasoline lie. And this is what gets the ball in motion. And what did he just say? I'm going to have a fundraiser for the security guard. So there you go. He's trying to get BJ out of the picture. He's going to tear this family apart. And he's got a security guard donation fund out there already. So he's going to make money while he's tearing the family apart. So I don't know how many lies I just showed you in this video, but it was nothing but lie after lie after lie. Everything from when things happen, it's all got to be current. He's moving all the things from the past into the present to make it look even worse. He's getting security guards to make you feel like there's danger, and he even said there's danger. And what he said was danger. Oh, this is dangerous, you guys. They won't give Betty the phone. Like, wow, that's danger, huh? So this was just Monday. Going into Tuesday. Tomorrow, well, within 24 hours, he's going to have Betty come up with anything she could possibly can, and there will be a restraining order tomorrow and the next day. So for 3 tries, in the next 2 days, there's going to be 3 tries at a restraining order. But this is how it started out, and this started out flat out lies, lie after lie. Just this trip alone, I can't even count the lies he made. Just on this day alone, driving back. And it was nothing but lies after this, and Patrick went along with it, so shame on him. Now he's all mad because he got screwed over. But, damage is done. Think he'll come out and say anything? Nope. Patrick is out for Patrick. Anyway, I think that's it. This picture right here with her taking the gas that day proves he's a liar, and that was all made up. This picture right here. Is Larry stealing the gas? Blackmail to steal the gas? Nope. There was no blackmail here on this day. And it was BJ that took the gas. So how could she have blackmailed her father into this? That was just the start of these lies, and there was nothing but lies before that, and the lies just got worse, more diabolical, more evil. Anyway, but I tell you what, I would hate to be in Eric's shoes because he's got he's under investigation, and for one thing, but I'm just telling you, the bad karma that is going to come his way when you falsely accuse people of things, and you frame them, and you turn people against them, what comes around goes around. You know what I mean? So I would just hate to be in his shoes because he's got no problem throwing anybody under the bus to get what he wants. And this picture right here shows you what a liar he is. Anyway, thanks for listening, and peace.